Welcome to ZENPod once again. Today we have a very interesting personality, Sumit Manav. Sumit is a renowned yoga guru from India. His revolutionary fitness techniques have been acclaimed by many. Sumit's journey began from a North Indian town in Uttar Pradesh, from where he decided to proceed to the Himalayas, the home of pure yoga. This is where he discovered yoga as the path to human consciousness and overall well-being. Sumit began his yoga practice at the tender age of 18 under the guidance of his guru, Sri Ram Sharma Acharya in the Himalayas. During his 4 years training, he interacted with the mystics, and it was this experience that brought him closer to understanding the physiology and psychology of the human body. In 2005, Sumit earned his postgraduate diploma in yoga sciences and human consciousness from Haridwar in India, following which he gained his initial experience as a professional trainer and therapist. From 2008 until 2019, Sumit based himself in Dubai, where he created his own brand and company called the Lifestyle Yoga. Under the banner of Lifestyle Yoga, Sumit offers an impressive range of services such as couple yoga sessions, prenatal yoga, group yoga sessions, and personalized therapy. This is essentially to assist people with back pain disorders, diabetes, hypertension, weight loss, and other lifestyle diseases. Furthermore, through his brand, Sumit has offered corporate wellness yoga sessions, where he has conducted numerous workshops. Today, he continues to spread his wisdom of yoga across the world, though having moved to the United Kingdom by practicing and facilitating progressive yoga through dynamic asanas, pranayams, counseling, and reflex actions. Join me in welcoming Sumit to the show, and let's have a spiritual session for the next 25-30 minutes. Sumit, welcome once again. We have Sumit Manav, whom we fondly call Guruji. I'm going to jump straight into my talk with you and get deep into your area of expertise in a very simple way that is decipherable to the common man. So welcome. As a yoga practitioner, what is your definition of spirituality?
My definition, okay. First, thank you very much for organizing this podcast. Really appreciate to be here. So for me, spirituality is not kind of a discipline that people think is not a dogma or a belief system. For me, spirituality is very personal that can transform my inner self and my whole personality and change me and make me from better to best and good to better person and human being. So when I talk about the spirituality, it's qualitativeness or qualitatively changing the expression and behavior of your life or in your life, how you react to the situation, how you behave in different situations, different timeline. And the discovery of Satyam Shivam Sundaram, it's a beautiful sutra that's come from a ancient scripture of Hinduism and yoga. That means the truth, auspiciousness, and beauty. But it's very easy to say this thing to achieve the Satyam Shivam Sundaram or the state of peace or blissfulness. But there's lots of science and practice behind this to reach to that level. So spirituality has a lot to do with your inner self, with your inner energy, with your inner personality that can bring big change. And understand when any person, any human is changing and becoming a better human being is not only changing himself, it also affecting the family that the person is living, and with the family is affecting the society. So it's very broad picture actually. So it never remains to the person. The person who become spiritual or have a higher spiritual experience, the impact of their energy on the people, different people can be very different than the normal people. You know, this is the saying, when you get into the aura of a great master or teacher, your way of thinking changes because their aura is very positive, very powerful. And stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Awesome. That's a very, very interesting discussion. And I'll touch upon Satyam Shivam Sundaram later on, but that's something very beautiful you have said. So we have gone through your journey, Sumit. You started at a very early age. You are one of those few blessed people who have actually had the opportunity of going and spending time at the Himalayas. Tell me, you've lived now in a normal world like all of us have for the last 20 years or so, and you are a yoga practitioner.
Yeah.
Given a chance, would you go back to the Himalayas, Sumit?
I would love to.
How is life different? How is life different there?
It's different in each and every aspect. You are in a totally different path and a different journey over there that leads you to different direction than you're living in this world. So there is some beautiful saying in a Bhagavad Gita, the explanation or definition of a worldly mind and the mind of a yogi. The worldly mind does not see the things as it is, where the mind of a yogi sees the things as it is completely in a most natural form.
Wow.
So to reach to that level, again, there's lots of process and practice. So living in a Himalaya, or let's say living in an ashram or the monastery, is a totally different lifestyle. So as per my experience, what I was based in ashram, because I was blessed, my mom was a motivator behind that, who
awesome.
decided to push me towards this journey.
Beautiful.
And the routine is totally different. A worldly people, I think, will be very difficult to follow that routine. Waking up 3:30 in the morning, getting into the prayer, getting into the sadhana, getting into the yoga practice, having 2 meals that is completely sattvic on a steamed food, eating for 3 hours. Your body transform completely.
Wow.
Not physically, mentally, energetically, emotionally, and spiritually. And that's where the yoga should lead you, actually. So there cannot be comparison. The person who's living in this world and having a worldly life is a very different than how yogi lives in the past and achieve that state. It's a totally different journey.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, yoga. How do you, is there a connect between yoga and spirituality, Sumit?
Yes. A regular practice of yoga, if you're doing the right practice, not only the regular, there's lots of wrong practices.
Yes.
When you're starting to do step-by-step process, let's take Ashtanga Yoga. The founder or the codifier of Ashtanga Yoga is one of the best known person, or the yogi known as Patanjali.
Right.
And Ashtanga Yoga is part of Raj Yoga. Ashta means 8-step yoga. That step-by-step you go through. The first 2 steps is Yama and Niyama, Asana, Pranayama, Pratyahar, Dharana, Dhyan, and Samadhi.
Wow.
So when you follow these first 2 principles, and most of the people, when you start yoga, they're forgetting the roots, and these are the roots. This is the building the personality and training you to start the journey of being a yogi or getting into the yoga path. Most of the people don't follow the first 2 steps. Those are Yama and Niyama.
Oh.
That has 5 steps in it. Yama says Satya, Asta, Ahimsa, Aparigraha, and Brahmacharya. Same way the Niyama is Soch, Santosh, Tap, Swadhyaya, Iswar, Pranidhana. We'll not go into detail because it's a very vast topic.
Right.
But imagine if you want to think of a child, a small child who comes in this world and is starting to live a worldly life. Now, child, imagine you want to plant a tree.
Okay.
And to plant a tree, if you want to have a fruit from the tree, what you have to do? There are lots of work required. You plant a tree, you take care of the tree, just like you take care of the child. You water every day, you take care of the leaf, of the roots, of each and every part, and later on it gives you the fruit. The same way yoga system works. You have to water every day the root of yoga. Those are very basic principles, yama, niyama. So once you master the yama, niyama, the basic ethics and this cleansing and stuff, then you come to the asana.
Okay.
Now, 99% people in this world is focused on asana practice.
Correct.
And yoga is limited to just till the asana. After that, there's nothing. Here, the asana is just a preparatory yoga. The first 3, yama, niyama, and asana is preparing you. It's creating the foundation. And imagine if the foundation is not strong, how can you stand long building or a tower on it?
Correct.
So building up the foundation should be the first step. Once you master the yama, niyama, and asana, as per the Patanjali, is only say one definition, Isthir Sukham Asanama. Isthir means stability. You are stable, you are still. Sukham means you enjoying being there. Asana means posture. That's it. Patanjali did not talk about any other posture in whole sutras.
Wow.
One definition of asana. That means he's not talking about physical body. Patanjali understands the human mind and its issue and its modification. So he's saying, if you want to achieve the higher state, the first thing you need to learn to sit properly.
Wow.
And in Hatha Yoga is the previous practice. Now, if you practice Hatha Yoga brings that discipline and that stability in the body to practice the Raj Yoga after that.
Wow.
You see how it's a step-by-step process. So once you master and you're comfortably sitting in an asana for 4 hours and 36 minutes, that's the timeline in Hatha Yoga.
Wow.
Without any, this is the achievement we call in Siddhi in yoga. Once you achieve that, you're ready to do pranayam and your advanced meditation practice. It's a totally different, the world, how they're doing it and how it's supposed to be done and how the yogis have done in the past. Totally different.
Awesome. I'm sorry this podcast is only 30 minutes. Otherwise, I can do a one-day show on you. I can do a one-day show on you just talking about yoga. And
that's fine.
Very, very. And yeah, and I think you're right. You're right when you say we probably are doing yoga at a very superficial level, all of us. Maybe, and that's obviously because of the lives we lead and because we are not even maybe mature enough to get into some of those that we have. So, which is fine.
Exactly.
But that's good. So what, if you say, if I were to ask you, Sumit, for people like us who lead a normal life, go to work like everybody else, what are the top 3 benefits of yoga?
See, let's come to the benefit. The yoga was never a trend. Let's think of that.
Correct.
Yoga was always a lifestyle.
Absolutely.
And when yoga become a lifestyle, the benefit you cannot limitize. There's infinite benefit of bringing that yoga into your lifestyle, starting from morning, how you wake up, how you take care of your daily rituals, how you take care of the workplace when you go to the workplace, how your mind reacting to different situations, how you can add yoga tools to it and stuff. So main 3 benefits that you see, yoga, 1, it will of course bring lots of purity and cleanliness to the body. When that happens, the energy level in the body and mind changes. Because the energy is vibrating on certain frequency. Okay. And this frequency we can change through cleanliness, through doing asana, through doing pranayama. When that happens, the function of your mind change. You're starting to think very positively because more energy, more blood is flowing. So there are multiple benefits. 3 benefits, as I said, you remain fit physically. You learn to react to the situation in a very proper and ancient and a good manner. You don't like somebody's tell you a bad thing and immediately you lose your temper, become angry.
Correct.
You will have a control over that once you're starting to do the yoga principle or follow the yoga principles.
Wow.
And you find some peace and blissfulness in your life, some balance in your life. These are the main 3 important benefits that we all can get.
And you're right. And yeah, very, very interesting. So I'll come to the corporate life. And you're right, yoga has become a trend today. And obviously when something becomes a trend, there is also the downside. There are a lot of quacks coming. I learned for 2 days from you and I start my own yoga class. That
won't happen. That's all fine.
Yeah. People also get lured by posters and Instagram and marketing, and they don't know. How would you educate people, Sumit, on how do I know this class or this teacher is good for me? Is there a science? Is there an art to it? Or
I'll tell you something very interesting. Like most of the time when I do my courses or when I teach a regular class, it's the connection that I find in my teacher. And imagine the yoga, the system, the whole Hindu thinks is always a relation between the student, teacher, disciple and master. You see how it started from Lord Shiva to the Parvati to 7 other disciples, and they passed on. And this is the relation. So that connection is not easy to find. Sometime it happened, I'm teaching like 50 people in the class and 2 people have already done yoga.
Right.
And because the logical mind, they think, okay, this I already know, there's nothing new.
Right.
There is a problem here. So I think it's the person who practicing with the teacher, and is the energy, is the understanding about the teacher, how the teacher is teaching. There are many important elements to it to get connect with the teacher as well. So there's no, you can't limitize again how to find the right teacher. Yes, you have the right teacher today is on Instagram, you get, and all the girls are putting the pictures in the bikinis and the millions of followers.
Correct.
Those are people. Yes, why not for you? For me, I'm not a very popular Instagram guy because I don't know how to do these things, but I can teach better yoga maybe and explain to you in a very scientific and ancient way.
Absolutely.
World is changing, yes.
Yes, brilliant. Go back to Satyam Shivam Sundaram. How can leaders apply Satyam Shivam Sundaram to their corporate life?
So first we understand the corporate life is very programmed life. You go 8 to 5 to the office hours.
Correct.
As soon as you enter in the office, you have 100 tasks in your list to do it.
Correct.
And you get a very minimum time to eat your lunch. Right.
Right.
So understand, let's come to the energy. Every day we go to sleep to recharge our brain. Just like you see the phone, I use it whole day, I put for the charging, in the night it gets charged, I use it again. Same way the energy working in the human body. So sleep, when we going to sleep, we're recharging our body and our mind same time, and we can use it next day. Corporate life is a suction of your whole energy. Completely. Now, yoga has given many tools that you can apply. It's only for 1 minute. If you apply it, you're quick recharging your body, recharging your mind, and increasing the level of energy that you have lost it. As a simple, you sit down with a closed eye, do 1 minute Bastrika, bring your awareness to the center of your breath, or just close your eyes, close your ears, and become silent for a minute. Because as soon as you do these activities, you turn all the doors, you're shutting down the doors, and you're creating a space for the energy to go within the body and mind.
Beautiful.
So there are many tools can be applied in corporate, and I've been enjoying teaching to corporate world for last couple of years. It's been wonderful.
That's very good. And you know, to continue on the corporate part of it, there are a lot of people. What kind of people really come to you? And today everybody's stressed out. So what are some of the leaders who come to you, and typically what are their problems and how do you resolve them?
So most of the issue in the corporate, what I experience is a stress, anxiety, insomnia, back pain, and neck pain.
My God.
And if you see, most of these issues are psychosomatic disorders. You know, they're always coming from mind to the body. In yoga, there are many research has been done. If we apply the science and yoga together, the Eastern and Western part, already thousands of research has been done that following certain principle, doing certain practice can help you to de-stress, to take care of your anxiety, to take care of your back. So these are the 3-4 more elements and the issues in the corporate world that people are suffering. And imagine, as soon as you have stress and anxiety, you are not at your full potential, you're losing it. Right? So how people will give a best at their workplace? Very difficult. So it becomes a need for the corporate people or for the staff who are working for the companies to do something for their body and mind to become balanced and peaceful, in terms of they can become more creative, more energetic, more balanced at workplace.
Okay, very, very interesting. Sumit, if you were not, I know I've spoken to you before, and just for the audience, Sumit used to live in Dubai for a number of years before he decided to relocate to London. If you were not doing yoga, let's say, what would you have been doing?
Nothing else.
So I knew the answer. I knew this was coming.
So I had never thought, because the age of 14 when the yoga came first in my life.
Right.
And from that time, I think I knew what I want to do and learn in the future. And my whole education turned into the yoga side and the sports side, and understanding the body and mind and the energy, how it works, and how meditation works and how the yoga system works. So I have not thought anything else, but yes, other side, I do sometime marketing part, and I'm very creative. So maybe I would have done some marketing, but that might not be also possible.
Right.
But the yoga was the only thing I have learned it always.
How nice, how nice.
I don't have any other job I think I can explain to you or tell you this.
Good, very good. There are very few people who say this to me, and really nice you say that. So clearly you are in the right place, you're in the right zone. Good. And I can see some lovely posters behind you. So unfortunately, the viewers can't see them because of the podcast. But yes.
Those are painted by me. Huh?
Oh, really? So there you go. You're an artist too.
So, yes, certain level I do sometimes.
Awesome.
I used to do before I landed in Dubai, and then I stopped completely. I become very engaged teaching into the business, but taking lots of time.
Very nice.
But I want to get back to it again.
Yeah, I have noticed too. Sumit, I've noticed too that when you do take some time for yourself, and when you do spend time with yourself, you connect with the inner self. I think that is what is missing today.
That is what is missing. And to achieve that, there's something in a yoga system, and our scriptures say abhyasa, means practice. If you want to become best at something, you need to practice every single day. Problem is, people are spending 90% energy on standing on their head or on their hand, but they're not spending the energy and time to stand without their head. So how they will achieve that higher experience or the peace, And it does not say you have to do 1 hour. See, the constant is always start from concentration.
Okay.
1 minute to 5 minutes of concentration every single day, same time at the same spot you practice, and you're not far away to experience the connection between you and the consciousness.
That's amazing.
Because concentration is the beginning of meditation. We have to understand this is the 6th step as per Ashtanga Yoga. The 7th step is dhyana. So when we're starting to do concentration, train our mind every day, it leads you to the state of being. And there's so much confusion and myth that meditation, people say, I do meditation. Sorry, you cannot do meditation. You do concentration. Big confusion. And concentration with the regular practice leads you to the state of being in meditation. So there's a problem here in understanding as well.
Absolutely.
What is meditation? So it's the prolonged state of concentration turns into the meditation. Awesome. And when you're in meditation for days and days and days, it leads you to the state of beyond everything. You reach into samadhi.
Awesome. Wow.
Yeah. Wow. So this is how it works.
Beautiful. Okay. If you were to describe yoga to a 10-year-old child, what would you say?
Be a bird, be a tree. And see, as I said before in my conversation, that a tree, if you want to make it bonsai of the tree, you need to start working from very beginning when the tree comes up. The child, they are still growing up, and you can put lots of value into the life. And that's the time the kid is 10-year-old, they should learn how to do concentration, not meditation. Awesome. Now, understand, see what is going on. Every parents tell their child to focus when they study or to concentrate.
Correct.
But no one teaching them how to concentrate. It's a big problem. And same thing happened with the parents. Correct. Their parents were telling them, can you focus, can you concentrate when you study? No one is teaching them. So it's a method, it's a process, it's learning. And I say every child from the age of 10 should do a little bit of physical posture, but they should focus. There's one practice that I teach to the kids yoga is known as Trataka, gazing steadily, gazing a candlelight. It's a concentration technique. Mm-hmm. That can be a very powerful tool to build the concentration.
Very nice. Awesome.
Yes.
To a young working executive, how would you describe? To a young working executive, yeah.
Big problem you picked up. As I say, yoga should be lifestyle. So executive, of course, they have to spend 8 to 9 hours, and they're very limited to do time. Starting from waking up, they're just thinking about the office, how soon they can freshen up, eat the breakfast, go to office. So people who are busy in a corporate world, having a very executive life, 20-minute morning, 20-minute evening, certain asana, maybe 10 Surya Namaskara, 2 breathing practice, and 5-minute meditation would be ideal. It's take 20 minutes, that's it. It's like a package. And if they do it in the morning, this will also affect in a whole day what they're doing it, in the energy level, in the workplace, how they're reacting to the situation, how the work is going. And after they come back home, again, they can spend 20 minutes. If they lack with the time, I will say it should be 1 hour practice. But if you don't have time, 20-minute package, that includes sun salutation, certain asana, 2 or 3 breathing pranayama practice, and meditation should not be forgotten, because that's the real game of yoga. If you really want to do something with your mind, you have to meditate, you have to concentrate. That's it.
Awesome. Yeah. To a middle-aged man or woman, somebody who's in their 50s.
Somebody who's in the 50s, the certain issue in the body start after you cross 45, the joints issues, the blood pressure, the heart issues, the diabetes, the arthritis all happen. So there is a very general or basic yoga practice they can do. This is known as Sukshma yoga. We teach in our classes. Yoga for arthritis. Those are normally joints mobility. We do yoga on the chair because once people go above 50, it's difficult for them to do advanced asana. So yoga is just on chair.
Very nice.
Also, for that age, is very important how you keep the balance between the left and right, because slowly you're starting to lose the control of mind. And that balance comes with very, very good yoga and pranayama practice known as Nadi Shodhan Pranayama that bring the balance to the both sides of your brain, supplying the balanced amount of energy. So these are very basic exercise and yoga tools they can apply in their life to live a healthy and not prosper, but healthy, plus have a well-being till the last day of their life. You can have it that.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
To a senior citizen who's living his or her second innings of the life, let's say
I think they are ready to go to Himalaya.
Wow.
But that's wrong, huh? When they are very tired and they cannot walk, it's difficult to go to Himalaya. So they can have a Himalaya at home. You can create that environment at home. So it's again the same principles apply who are young age 50 and above. For senior citizens, of course, they cannot do so much physical,
Correct.
but they still can do Suksham yoga for keeping the joints active.
Very
And
nice.
say activate the subtle energy between the joints. They can still keep their mind and heart healthy while doing certain pranayama practice and meditation practice. This can last the last stage. Physical part we can leave one side, but person till the last day can do their meditation, their pranayama practice, and they will feel better. They will have a more healthier life.
Very nice.
There's no doubt in that.
How does one keep oneself motivated to continue doing it, Sumit?
To continue doing this yoga?
Yeah.
I think it's about, see, the first principle. Let's come back to the Patanjali. The first sutra, and it's a beautiful sutra, it says, At Yoga Anusasanam.
Okay.
When you learn the yoga, you're starting from At means now. Yoga Anusasanam. Let's break down Anusasanam. Sasan means control.
Correct.
Anu means the subtle energy, subtle behavior of mind, attitude.
Mm-hmm.
And when you learn to do that, automatically yoga becomes not just a physical practice for you.
Okay.
It becomes much more advanced practice for you. You want to experience something higher in life.
Right.
And when you have, let's say you go for a class, and one day in a class, you connect yourself deeply.
Correct.
That's the day you will decide to have a yoga in your life every day. Because that experience you cannot have with outer world.
Correct.
With any external or material experience. That experience is within, that has to come from in, and that only you can get when you get inside. When you're turning the door and turning in. And
Wow.
those kind of experience can be very motivating. But yes, it's a discipline, and we have to add discipline, because most of the people, I say, it's become a trend. They want to do yoga to get benefit, lose weight, become fit, become toned and stuff. These are not a right way of thinking or taking the yoga. These are the side benefit of yoga you get it. It's more about happiness, blissfulness, and joyfulness.
For some people, yoga is also about wearing the new gear that's come in the market. Every company is launching new gear every day.
So this is the business side of it. It has lots of business, multi-billion-dollar industry these days. Yoga. Where in the Himalaya, what we're wearing a cotton ka dhoti and a kurta, and sometimes we didn't have a kurta. Yes, this was our dress. Langot, dhoti, and kurta.
Even in the winter.
Even in the winter, we had the same dress.
Oh my God.
Yeah, even in the winter, same dress. It was not, maybe we were wearing the sweater on top of our kurta, but dhoti was the permanent thing. Yes.
Inspiring. Exactly. What has been your single most, I mean, in the 20-25 years you've been teaching, and what has been your single most eureka or happiest moment that you felt, wow,
I think there are many times.
Any one that you remember? I know there will be many, but
this thing I can't explain, because every morning when I sit for my practice, it leads me to that moment.
Oh, beautiful.
Every morning thing. So I can't define, it cannot be different. Every morning when I go into my meditation zone, I'm just in blissful state.
Beautiful.
And experience is always same,
Beautiful.
But yes, I feel very good when I can help somebody in the health related issue or spiritual path. I can guide someone and they come out with so much gratitude. I feel good, It's not about satisfying ego, but I feel like if I can help someone and someone got help from me, why not?
Awesome. If somebody comes to you, Sumit, and says, Guruji, I've had enough of this life. I want to leave everything and go and do yoga. What would be your advice to him or her? So
what do you mean about leaving everything and doing yoga? That means they're leaving the worldly part completely, the family completely.
Yeah.
So think of a Buddha.
Okay.
Think of a Buddha, think of a Mahavira. Those people was already on that zone, I think, because the previous life. I won't say, because I did not interact till now with the person who really want to leave the world and go to the world. Okay. I think it's a call sometime from the master who's looking for the disciple.
Correct.
And when they pick up the disciple is ready itself to leave, because they will pick up the person only who has some kind of experience from the past or practice from the past. Who the master is already know that this person is ready. It's not about the student who can choose to leave the world and where to go then. Finding the master is not going to be easy.
Absolutely.
So one thing is that what is going on, if you just want to go learn a yoga course in the ashram or in any yoga institute, yes, you can leave. You can go for a year, for 6 months, for 2 years, leave your ashram for life, understand this yoga science,
Right.
the ancient
Right.
way how you used to live.
Right.
But another side is finding the right master.
Correct.
If you want to disconnect from this world and just go and learn in a proper and systematic and an ancient manner, it will be very difficult.
Awesome.
Master choose you there. Here you don't choose.
So yeah, I've always read that, and I don't know which one is ready. I always read that the master will appear when the student is ready. Right.
Exactly. That's a different part.
And unfortunately, most of us lead life without that moment ever coming.
Without that moment. Yes, totally agree.
Yeah.
True.
Your advice to, and this is the last question, your advice to people who are listening to you, Sumit, and different age groups are listening to you, what would you tell them?
Add yoga to your lifestyle. Don't make yoga as your trend.
Okay.
And it's start from waking up from morning, how you wake up. Don't leave the bed. Sit down for 5 minutes. Let your eyes be closed. Be thankful for everything. You got a life next day. Then do some physical practices, some pranayama. It should just become your lifestyle rather than a trend. And trust me, it will do a total transformation to you once it's become a lifestyle. So this is my advice. Please don't do practice of yoga as a trend. Don't wait to become obese and then do yoga, or to have lots of disease and then do yoga. Do yoga so you don't become full of disease.
Beautiful.
It keeps you away from that.
Awesome. Beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sumit. It was really a pleasure having you on this show. And we look forward to continuing to interact with you and maybe bring you back on the show, talk more about Ashtanga Yoga and all of that.
Yes, sure. We can do that.
Thank
anytime.
You. Thank you, Sumit.
Thank you, sir. Namaste.
Namaste.
All the best.
Thank you.